a man who works hard without thinking of reward. He was a man of God, the most righteous man I've ever met. He was honest and true, and he was that way not to maintain some image, but because that is simply the way he was. He was a soldier in the army in World War II, one of the liberators of the concentration camp Dachau. He was the father of 3 children, the grandfather of 5, and the great-grandfather of 3. He was a history teacher, principal, and superintendent of the Holden High School. He integrated the public school system the year before it was mandated and many years before it was enforced. But of all the things my grandpa accomplished in his life, I will remember him first and foremost for the love he gave without hesitation. I've met the woman I'm going to marry if she'll have me. This is the response my grandpa gave his sister 60-some years ago when she asked how his night at the skating rink went. This was the night he met Norma Mae Mullis, now known to most of us as Gimba. He knew the first night he met her that she was the one, and 60-some years later, he still knew she was the one. Even when things started getting bad, she would enter the room and his eyes would light up. Clear as day, he would tell her, "I love you." He didn't remember his children, or even remember his own name, but he knew he loved her. Even to the very end, his last moments on earth were spent reaching for her hand. Together they serve as 2 of the most influential people in my life, teaching me to be honest, truth, and Christian, but above all else, to love. In a world where marriage is a joke, where sex is a hobby, where relationships are trashed in a second over trivial arguments, they taught me to have faith and love. They have taught me not to give up and not to settle for something less. There is true love out there, and because of my grandparents, I will fight for it and never give up on it, because they have shown me how beautiful it is. It is so easy to grieve for those we've lost, but we must remember to celebrate for them. I imagine what my grandpa is feeling right now. In my imagination, he's stepping through those pearly gates onto those streets of gold. He's being welcomed by his friends and family. He's hugging his son Eddie, who died in Vietnam. He's walking and talking again. He's laughing again. Jesus is shaking his hand, welcoming him to paradise. Troy Harry's life is over, but he's not gone. I know as long as I remember the things he taught me and what he stood for, he will always be with me. I will be honest and true and Christian, and I will be that way, not to maintain some image, but because that is the way I was raised. I will love because I have witnessed love's power. I will live a life that makes me proud, and someday you will be there at those pearly gates welcoming me.